welcome to Leap Taken. Here at Leap Taken, I talk all things witchy, craft-related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. And we are going to be doing a summer solstice altar page. So hear me out. I set up a pop-up altar page in this same book, but I wanted to do something that's sort of flat, almost like what you would expect, like in a vision board. So I went to Google and I Googled a bunch of just images, typed in summer solstice, and I even have a spread I'm gonna put in here. So I have a lot of different imagery. So I'm gonna cut these out and I'm gonna arrange it on both of these pages, sort of like a collage, but I would like to be able to use this book as an sort of altar, basically, so that when I want to do some work, I could just pop this open and, I'll have that information. I ideally want to really use this book. I really enjoy making, cute pages, fun pages, informational pages in my Book of Shadows. But one thing I know it's important to me is being able to, one, catalog the things that I'm doing, my thoughts, the spells, the magic, so to speak, but also use it. I want to be able to come back to this and use it. The answers are there because I come across a lot of information and it's right here, and I'll include like things like this. So I always have an idea of what's going on. I like to include stuff like this as a template. Like, my intention is not to write on it. I would write on a separate paper, but I don't even know where I got this from some time ago. But things like that, like the information's right there. This was a Beltane page that I did. The information's here. I have the Beltane Prayer to Fairy. So when I get to that time, I don't have to do the work. I have something right here. By the way, I love this page, but we're talking Letha, summer solstice. So let's get to that right now. So I'm going to go ahead and stop talking, and you're just going to see me attempt to create sort of a collage / altar in my Book of Shadows. Here we go. Okay, so this is my finished book. This is my handwriting. I like to include my handwriting somewhere sometimes on things, not all the time, but it's the personal touch. So I've learned to just get comfortable with how I write. And that sounds like a silly thing, but for some of us out here who do journaling and things like this, we don't always love our handwriting. So I'm kind of over caring about that kind of thing anymore, and just, use my books and write in them if I will. So this is just my little summer solstice, Letha summer solstice tarot spread. We have this here, and I just wanted some additional imagery that sort of correlates to this being a summer solstice altar. So ideally, when I'm using this, I already have smoke, water, fire. I have all the different elements here, candles burning. I have imageries of nature, of technically an altar image. as well. And this is here sun tea, because that's something that I did with my coven. That was part of our ritual. And just, again, black salt, things that are, and herbs that are conducive to, or, you know, related to summer, essentially. And I just loved this imagery of like a summer goddess. And I love the way she looked. And I knew this was going to be in the book. And on the background, to just really add to the collage effect and to bring in more of me and who I am, I love the color pink. And I thought this was fitting. And you see how I took a piece here of the edge here and put it up here? It's kind of crooked, but we're gonna leave that be. I'll cut the edge off later, but you know, things like that where you're kind of balancing the imagery and the colors, because we have a lot of big blue here, is a little blue here, and you don't see a lot here, but we have little peaks of it with the washi as well. But then we have our own larger imagery. It's just about color balance on the page. So there's black. So it kind of, to me, sort of works out. I really love the way this looks. And I can't wait to use this during the summer months. So this is not something I would only use on the solstice day, the 20th, 21st, or the 22nd, and for some people, the 23rd. I would use this during the summer months. I'm finding it's important to do things like this for myself, again, with the intention of being able to actually use these books, not just have pretty pages. I do like having a book where it's just aesthetically pleasing. I love the concept of that, so I'm not against that, because you can, it's art, it's magical art. And there's reverence and appreciation for that, so that's not a bad thing. But I also want the practical side of things. I want to be able to open this book up and use it. I want to, you know, see this, lay this out, get my cards out, do this spread. I want to sit and maybe meditate and connect, and definitely stare at this imagery here. And I have like citrine here, and just, you know, connect with a specific image. If you want to kick it up a notch, you can print on glossy photo paper if that resonates with you more, or like the photo paper that's a satin finish, you can do that. I just printed on matte sticker paper. That was the additional tip that I wanted to give, is that you can print on, you know, just a whole 8.5 by 11 sticker sheet. And, you know, like I said, I have the matte finish, and I didn't do like best quality on the printer. I just let it go as is, because I thought this was fine. It's perfect. It's not just fine, it's more than fine. But if I wanted to, I could definitely make these, you know, look like actual photos and print it on photo quality paper. I chose not to. I like it this way. I like my little embellishments. I like sun kiss. All of these things that I have here, just, they evoke something in me, each image, and that's what I want. So if you're wanting to do something like this, find things that make sense to you. I love those pink flowers. I love the way this looks, just this bit of nature, just, you know, and there's like bees and stuff like that and little flowers. And of course the sunflower, I wanted some of that nature as well. So yeah, do as you will if you're interested, but hopefully this gave you some inspiration to create your own altar pages, especially for those who are not, you know, in a position where they can lay everything out, not because you're not telling people. I mean, some people have pets and kids where you can't have stuff like this sitting out. You can't have that many candles lit. You know, you're just not going to be able to do this. Cats alone. I have a friend who has cats, and I know I have quite a few. Well, I know a lot of witches, and they do have cats. And I understand not everyone's cat is going to be cool with like this amount of stuff sitting out. So it might be harmful. Some of the herbs can be harmful also to your pet. So maybe not so much. And then of course, children. So this could be an alternative where you just open up your book and you do your magic. So you can still bring other things to it and just have this laid out. And I do have a witchy sister friend who does something like this with her book of shadows, and she puts her items on top. So if she was, you know, whatever, her, you know, candle and her incense, it would be on top, and this is her altar. So she works it that way too. So you can also do it that way. You can physically put things on top of your book. To take it a step further, you can create, get some plastic sheets and just have them on top of this when you want to work, and just that way nothing gets on here. Like if you're dressing a candle, there's no oil stains. That's another alternative as well. I might take that up as well. Just, you know, kind of like a pocket, like in a binder. If you remember in school, you put your presentation or something in there. It's like 3-hole punch, and it's the pocket thing. I don't know what that's called, but it's it's clear. You can see through it. You can put that on top of this. I'm just saying. Kudos if you also have a 3-ring binder as your book of shadows, because then you could just pop that in each page, and there you go. So maybe my next go around, well, not maybe, I know the next book I'm creating is going to be on rings. I have a book of shadows planner, so I'm already kind of doing it, and I want to put life into this book. I want it to be practical in a way that my original book of shadows that I did is not. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please go ahead and like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that join button to join Leap Taken membership. It really does support the channel, and there are perks. You get 40% off over at leaptaken.com, and you get customized, special, very one-of-a-kind, member-only videos several times out of the month. So check that out, and head over to my website, leaptaken.com. Check out the services that I offer. And did you know I had another website? Maybe you didn't know. It's called Magical Life of a Cottage Witch. Check that out too. All right, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much again for watching. All right, bye.